She hired a hitman to end her millionaire husband's life and somehow manages to get away with it for 12 years. And the way she almost pulled it off is insane. Her name is Aurea Vasquez, and on paper, she is this gorgeous pageant queen from Puerto Rico that knows how to work a room. So when she meets this Canadian hotel icon named Adam Eng, who is worth $24 million by the time he's 30, she clocks that and goes straight for the bag. Aurea used her Latina charm to seduce him all the way to the bedroom. And within no time, she is getting showered with gifts. This man even bought her own restaurant that she named Pink Skirt. But apparently being rich adjacent wasn't enough for her. She needed to have it all for herself. So Aurea runs back to her family and she tells them all about her new millionaire boyfriend. And instead of being like, oh my god, congratulations, or wow, be careful, they basically treated it like she had just won the lottery but forgot to cash her ticket. Because to them, Adam was not her boyfriend. He was an opportunity to be rich forever. So they start plotting on ways to get all of his money but make it look like an accident. And the first move is to lock him down with a wedding ring. So one day, out of nowhere, she tells him, I'm pregnant. And her family, they immediately lock into character because all of a sudden now they're all about tradition. They tell him, mijo, you cannot have a baby without a wife. That is not how we do things around here. And Adam, he's Canadian, he's polite and probably overwhelmed, so they quietly got married. And like 2 minutes later, their marriage starts falling apart. Aurea's whole family just moves in. Like they actually packed their bags, they picked their rooms and treated Adam's mansion like it was their own B&B that they forgot to check out of. Her parents, her siblings, everybody taking over all of these bedrooms, probably blasting music, and Adam, he's slowly being pushed out of his own home. But then he finds out the worst news possible. He finds out Aurea was never pregnant. That whole mijo, you gotta marry her guilt trip was all based on a lie. So now he's sitting there like, okay, if she lied about that, then what else is a lie? And he starts getting scared of his own life. So much so that he moves out and rents his own place. He immediately hires a bodyguard and starts filing for divorce, but Aurea was not having any of it. She didn't want a divorce because in her head, she was already doing the math. If they divorced, then she walks away with only $360K, but if he was to somehow magically, I don't know, somehow disappear, then she'd get $8 million. So one night, she asked him out to a dinner just to talk about finalizing the divorce, and he believes her. He tells his bodyguard to take the night off, and Adam shows up to the restaurant later on. But after dinner at around midnight, they're walking back to their car when a man steps out of the shadows with a knife in his hand. This man shoves Adam and starts him over and over in the stomach, the back, chest, everywhere. All while Adam is screaming, run, baby, run. And Aurea, she isn't screaming or crying for help. She's just standing there before getting pushed to the ground. The man disappears back into the dark and Adam just bleeds out right there on the cobblestone. They get sent to the hospital where Adam was pronounced dead. Meanwhile, Aurea just walked away with a minor scratch. But before his body was even cold, she woke up the next morning and sued his estate, as in trying to collect the money. She didn't shed a single tear. Instead, she's filing paperwork. Meanwhile, police are scrambling, trying to figure out who did this. And at first, they think it was a robbery, but nothing was taken. Not his wallet, not his watch, not even his phone. And this part makes me sick. They arrest a 22-year-old dishwasher named Jonathan Romang because he worked near the restaurant, because he kind of looked like the sketch, and because he didn't want to talk without a lawyer. He had no record, no motive, but an eyewitness picked him out, and so they pinned it on him, and in 2007, he gets convicted. And honestly, I would not be shocked if Aurea paid off that witness too. But Adam's dad, Abe, he was not buying any of this. He knew his son. He knew this wasn't random. So Abe starts walking the streets of San Juan himself. He's talking to locals, listening to the rumors, piecing it all together. And one name keeps coming up: Alex Pabon, aka Ed Loco. Witnesses say he's the one they saw that night, not Jonathan. So the FBI tracks Alex down. They confront him, and when they press him, he folds. He confesses everything, saying that Aurea offered him $3 million to take Adam out, saying that her sister Marcia helped plan it and that Marcia's boyfriend Jose coordinated the whole thing. But by then, Aurea fled to Italy, which is a country that refuses to extradite if there's any chance of the death penalty. And for years, it actually looked like she was gonna get away with it. Until 2013. The FBI set a trap. They had found out that she was working as a tour guide for the Jewish heritage trips in Europe. So they offer her a fake job, and all she has to do is just meet up with a group of American tourists in Spain. She accepts it, she gets on the flight, and the second she gets in Madrid, arrested. 5 years later, she is finally convicted and sentenced to life in prison. And the same went for her sister Marcia and the boyfriend Jose. But it took 13 years. Imagine how many people got away with this. Crazy.
Baby, white TikTok is in motherfucking shambles because they don't understand how EBT benefits are getting cut off November 1st, because a lot of them say they didn't vote for it, but they voted for Donald Trump. And see, this is the problem when you play a game that you think that isn't gonna motherfucking affect you, but it's gonna affect everybody else, and you feel like it's not your problem or situation to deal with. Things will directly motherfucking affect you. You voted for somebody that didn't give a fuck about you. You also voted for somebody that didn't give a fuck about your neighbor. So it indirectly affected you, and now it's directly affecting you because you didn't even know what you voted for. Most white men and women in rural states and rural areas, they are low income and they get benefits through the state. Dummies. And a lot of them voted against those benefits by voting for fucking Donald Trump when they just thought that he was gonna deport all the immigrants. They're crying because they're like, what are we gonna do for Thanksgiving? What are we gonna do? My benefits are gonna get cut. I don't know. I didn't vote for this. Yes, you did. Yes, the fuck you did. Sad because now their vote is going to affect millions of people, all because they wanted to be racist. Ain't that a damn shame? Fucked up because of the uneducated bunch of people that decided to vote for this man. Now people have to actually suffer behind the hands of them. They are the problem, and I don't wish them any pity. I don't wish them any harm. I wish that they would disappear. Deal with the consequences of your actions. Don't ask for help and figure it out on your own. Actually, how about you ask Donald Trump for help since you voted for him?
And if you ask me, Peach really said what a lot of females want to say about their man, kids that ain't theirs, out loud. Yeah, a lot of females will be with that man as long as he don't show his child more attention than her, especially if he got a daughter. You will let him cheat on you with multiple women. You will let him have kids on you and don't take care of them. But as soon as he try to get into contact with his daughter and tell his daughter he love her or explain to her why he ain't been there, you got a problem with it. See, a lot of women hide behind that I'm a woman's woman thing to try to act like they really like other women, when all actuality they don't, and you can see it every time they get mad or they don't get their way. I'm not saying Wood the perfect man, but let's just be real. He been there for her and them kids now. I'm telling you. If he leave, ask yourself this: who finna come in there and take care of 9 kids that ain't theirs? And then delusional women that get in her inbox and want her to be in the same shoes as them. Talking about, go Peach, go Peach, go Peach, go. Yeah, we know your baby daddy is not finna care about his kids at all. Probably don't try to get them or whatever. That's the only way you wanna egg this lady on, man. Am I a perfect daddy? No, but I guarantee you, I promise you that I will never put another woman before my kids, and that's a fact.
Did y'all know that people can really just dislike you for who you are? The crazy part is you probably don't even have conversations. Probably ain't never had a conversation with them in your life, and they hate that good spirit that you have within yourself. They hate the fact that you're getting the attention that they